think most first days in new jobs are quite bewildering for most people. I think it's quite a scary experience for people. That you've got to rely on the colleagues around you and hope that the organisation that you're moving into has got a great induction day and period sorted out for you. I think it's it's a marathon, not a sprint. I think that it's not as different as people imagine it is. That it's the same as many other industries. It's full of people. People do lots of normal things in the construction industry, and it's not that different. I don't think it's like working in lots of other places. There's a lot of achievement required. People are looking for people to make a big difference, but I think it's similar in many places. Be willing to go the extra mile for whatever it is you're working on. Whether it's relating to your clients or the people you're working around or volunteering to get involved in things. I think what employers want to see is enthusiasm, dedication, commitment, and somebody who's not just looking to go there, do a 9-to-5 job. That's not the way people are going to get on. I think it has been addicted to long working hours. I think that is beginning to change. I think it's difficult because if you're working on a site hours are long. Individuals sometimes see their commitment and enthusiasm. They think it's going to be measured by the amount of time they're actually there. I think what we've got to do is try and encourage organisations to look more about what achievements are being achieved, what the outcomes are, rather than what the inputs are. Not much keeps me awake at night. I do occasionally worry about things. I deal with employees often who've got problems or issues, and I sometimes worry about them. Interesting time for that question, really. I think we rely an awful lot on some fairly short-term commissions from clients. I think a lot more in the way of frameworks that could be that would spread out work over a period of time, rather than have individual projects that are allocated. I think frameworks really do enable resilience, in that you've got you've got a steady supply of work over a period of time, and you've got much more chance of being able to offer individuals some career progression and the opportunities to develop them, rather than having to move people more frequently. I suppose a typical day, I mean, there are many different kinds of days, but a typical one would be a lot of meetings, and more meetings. And I remember my son saying to me once, he had to come to work with me one day when he was small, and he got home and described to his dad what I'd been doing, and he actually said, well, Mum doesn't do any work, she just sits and talks to people. So, well, that is the job, talking to people, communicating in lots of different ways, meetings, presentations, one-to-one discussions with people. So, yeah, lots of talking. I think we start off at a disadvantage, I think at school and perhaps with our parents, because I think in some cases it's seen that construction isn't an industry for women. I think that's it's a fallacy, really. It's not the case. There are plenty of opportunities in all sorts of different ways for women in our industry, but I think women are put off over a period of time, and you only have to look at the numbers of people going to university. doing construction-related degrees, and I think the figures, I think it's about 20% of those, or 25%, are women. So we're on a losing streak to start with. So I think a lot of work needs to be done at younger ages with the pupils and their parents and their careers teachers to try and encourage people to think it is actually something that women can do, and they're welcomed. I think the other thing on that, I think women are very noticeable in our industry, and the organisation I work for, we struggle to keep hold of our good women because they're very noticeable and they're poached by other people, which I guess is flattering, but it's a bit inconvenient sometimes. I think it's really important that people engage their staff, that it's not just about satisfying them in the work they're doing, but they actually engage them in the work that they're involved in. And engaged employees will deliver much better for clients. They're much happier in what they do. It's not a simple matter to engage people. Lots of different things engage people at different times in their lives. But I think we need to work hard to make sure that we know what makes somebody come to work in the morning with a smile on their face, and try and make sure that we keep that going for them. I think the most excellent communication skills they could possibly ever have. You know, almost mind reading, but not quite. You know, great perception, understanding. I think communication is very important in the work that we do. It's very important in any work, but being able to communicate with your colleagues, communicate exactly what you mean, so that there's understanding, less misunderstanding between clients and individuals, and between the staff themselves.